Hi, this is Brooke from Volunteer Houston, where our mission is to connect tens of thousands of volunteers with their passions at over 1,000 organizations operating in the greater Houston region. And we accomplish that goal most often through the administration of the Volunteer Houston or VH portal, which is what we're talking about today. We will be reviewing how to add hours to your profile in the VH portal. So as a volunteer, after you've participated in a volunteer need, it's time to submit your hours for it. And you can keep track of the hours that you've served from the track hours area of your profile, which I'll show you in a moment. While you're encouraged to submit those hours yourself, there are a few different ways that hours can be applied to your account. The first is you submit them after completing your hours. You can submit them and add them to your profile. Second, an agency manager might submit them on your behalf. That doesn't happen very often, but it is a possibility. And the third is that you checked in and out of a check-in kiosk, which could have been through your mobile app when you're logged into Volunteer Houston on your mobile app, or maybe the agency where you were volunteering had a laptop or a tablet set up for you to log in digitally. When you log in and check in and out of a volunteer shift digitally, your hours are automatically applied to your account. So today we're going to walk through what it looks like for you, the volunteer, to add the hours yourself. So let's get started. I am going to first log in to my account in the portal. I've synced it with my Facebook account, but you might log in with a traditional email and password, and that's fine. So from my profile, which I click on my little face in the top right corner, and from that drop down menu, I am going to choose track hours, and that will appear in the middle of the screen here. So you are simply going to choose the add hours button, which is going to hyper scroll you down here. So if you had a long list of entries that was taking up most of the screen, you can scroll down or you can simply click add hours. The first question you'll want to answer is hour type. Are these hours in reference to a need that you responded to on this site or in the VH portal? And if I say yes, then I will be able or be prompted to choose from a drop-down list of needs that I've already responded to in the portal. So I can choose any one of these. If I need to add the date, I can add the date here, the number of hours that were served. If I want to add miles, I can. And here's the most important part. If you are part of a user group, for example, I know Memorial Hermann employees are, you would choose the menu here, and from the drop-down list, you will only see the user groups that you are a member of. So you would choose the one that says Memorial Hermann or whatever the case may be. You can apply any hours that you serve to any user group that you're a part of. Okay, so then we are going to move down to the +1 hours section. If you volunteered with a friend or a family member or a colleague, whatever the case may be, and you want their hours to count as well, then you can choose yes, in which case you would enter the number of people that were volunteering with you, and then just a description of who they were. Lastly, in the description section, this is really important for disaster volunteer work. It's important that city and county agencies collect what type of disaster response work you were doing. This doesn't apply just to disaster volunteers. Everyone should give a very brief description here, but particularly with disaster work, it's the information that's entered here that is included on funding requests to the state and federal governments to bring dollars back to our community so we can build back better after a disaster. But many of the nonprofits that you're volunteering for use this data as well, regardless of whether it's disaster. So then you would simply click submit hour entry. And it's important to note that once you submit your hour entry, it does not automatically appear and credit. It's not automatically credited to your profile. There is a review process. If you are selecting a need right here from this drop down that was posted by another agency, then the agency managers must first review your hours and verify them before they're approved. If you selected no to the hour type question, then you are submitting individual hours, in which case all of the information you submit is submitted to the Volunteer Houston team. Our staff here will review and verify the information before it's approved in the portal and applied to your account. So I do quickly want to go through these questions here. If you are selecting no, the hours you're submitting are not associated with a need that you already responded to in the VH portal, then you're simply going to answer these three questions. Where did you volunteer? What's the name of the organization? The name of the person that can verify those hours for you at that organization, and their email address. And it's important to note that if we do not have, all three of these pieces of information, we cannot verify your hours. So in the system, there only one of these, the third one here, is marked with a red asterisk, which means it's required. But it's important to know we need to know all of this information before we can verify your hours. So it's as simple as that. Once you've entered all of your information, you would click submit hour entry and wait until someone is able to verify your hours and click approve. Pretty simple, right? Thanks for listening. Thanks for volunteering, and we'll see you next time.